Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode number 29 of 5 Minutes with Gray Hair Dave. My name is Gray Hair Dave. I have gray hair, have gray beard. I wear the same kind of glasses as the guy in the artwork, and he's better looking than me. Hence, there's the name Gray Hair Dave. Now, you might ask yourself, hey, Dave, who came first, the artwork or Gray Hair Dave? Actually, folks, Gray Hair Dave came first before the artwork did. Anyway, that's where we're at. If you're new here, thanks for being here. I appreciate it very, very much. If you've been around for a while, thank you for sticking around. Please, please tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your enemies. I don't care. Tell everybody. I listen to this crazy guy called Gray Hair Dave. He's there every day, well, 5 days a week. 5 Minutes Gray Hair Dave is all about stuff Dave wants to talk about and hopes that you find entertaining. So, our handy dandy chat GPT list says that today I should be talking about my personal heroes. Talk about people who inspired you through your life. And I like that theory. I like that topic today. And I want you to know there's a few people that influenced me in my life. You know, my mother and my father, for sure, and both my brothers. Both my brothers are my heroes. They really, really are. I don't believe I'd be where I am today if I had any other brothers besides those two. Paul and Tim are just the best. I also believe, with all their faults and all their great things, my parents were the best parents I could have ever had. I think God designed them to be together to make me the person that I am also. I talked a little bit the other day about the fact that they never spanked us. It was that look of disappointment, and that takes great, great parenting to and great heroes to not go for the hand, to go for the eyes, to give you that look instead of that hand to the back of your tush or wherever, right? Now, granted, that doesn't mean that my dad or my mother didn't pat me on the back once in a while and say, great job also. You know what I'm saying? That kind of confidence and that kind of understanding of your children is an important thing in life, and I believe that they had it. And I also firmly believe they instilled it in both of my brothers. They had great families, have great kids, and have great wives. Other personal heroes. These are the people who mold you in your growth. And another great person in my life was Mr. Varon, Bob Varon. He was one of my high school teachers. He was our high school advisor for our class. He got to know my family. He was also my brother Tim's advisor. And he was somebody who believed in children, and he believed in teenagers and their abilities to do things. And he helped promote that and help that grow, which is a great, great, great thing. He's one of my personal heroes. Now, these are all heroes from when I was growing up, and I think it's great that they were around because they mean a lot to me. And I'm wondering who your personal heroes are in your earlier life. Now, I have a lot of personal heroes in my older life that I want to talk about, and I'll probably do that tomorrow. It's because they are the ones that help create and hold. Hold's not the right word. They're the ones that help create your thought processes on how you do things today. And the two or three that I'm thinking of had a huge, huge influence on me, and how I do things in life and the way I am in life. But let's hold those off for tomorrow. So look forward to tomorrow, folks. So let's get back to another thing that I was thinking about for today, which was not just who were the important people in my life, our personal heroes, but who are the people that you grew up with that helped mold you as a child? I'm a firm believer that you are also molded by the people you hang around with. Like I had friends, Dean and Chris and Scott and Dave and Brian when I was younger, and how we all hung out together and we did things together, and we were this little group, and how there were groups in every little neighborhood around us. And the weird thing was, our groups never, excuse me, our groups never intermingled. It seemed like we always just kind of hung out with ourselves, and did our things, and we did great things. Um, Brian and Dean's dad was a great guy. He really, really was. Chris unfortunately lost his dad early in life. I think we were in high school when Chris lost his dad to a serious blood disease. And hey, he's keeping on going. It was rough for him, but he got through it. He's a good kid. He was a good kid. He's a good man now. But it's things like that help to create who you are. Scott and Dave, they had a great dad too, and a great mother. Don't get me wrong. And they were a huge influence on them. Um, my dad was something that we haven't really talked much about yet. My dad was a businessman. He was a bookkeeper. But he was a businessman, and he knew how to run businesses, and he knew how to take care of books and do those types of things. Um, and my mother worked in the bank, started as somebody in a credit department, and then worked her way up to the executive secretary level, and we were proud of her because she became secretary of the year that day, which was great. It was fantastic. But these are the people that mold you as a young person. Who molded you? Leave me a message. Go to my website, 5 Minutes with Gray Hair Dave. Leave me a message. Who molded you? So here's another thing. Here we go. Are you ready, folks? Here we are on today's version of Because I Can, I Think I Must, or I Believe I Must, or I Have to. Oh my gosh. Because I can twist the facts to make me look better, I am going to. Or because I can twist the facts and rewrite history, or write history away, or delete history. This bothers me because all of a sudden you start seeing, and it started a couple of years ago, where you started to see, because people didn't think that was cool, to see statues in parks that had been there for decades and decades and decades being torn down. Yeah, they may have been great men back in the day, revered back in the day, but in today's society, because we don't like it, you must get rid of it. So we aren't going to tolerate it, and we're going to rewrite history. Our history is our history. You can't rewrite history. I'm sorry. You can't change what happened. Now, they may not have been the greatest of men after further investigation, or they may not have been the greatest women after further investigation. Okay. But to make it so abundantly obvious that because I can't tolerate that statue anymore, the world must know, and the world must know that I'm the one that got it torn down. Does that sound right to you? If it does, leave me a message. Let me know why you believe that. Because I will be 100% honest with you. I disagree with you. They're changing names of schools because something happened. Or they found out that this wasn't the greatest person in the world. All right, I get that. But to try and change things just because you don't like them, change what's going on in your life. Don't change history. If it weren't for history, you wouldn't be able to say these things you're saying now. You might still be one of the oppressed societies if things hadn't changed. Change is a good thing. But don't write away what happened. It happened. Good or bad. Good or bad. It happened. It may not be anybody's fault today. But because it was there, you have to get rid of it. I don't understand these things. So, anyways, folks, I don't know. What are your thoughts on this? I don't know. I just don't know what to say about this. I've seen it, and I saw it on the news one day. I saw them taking down a statue. I think it was of Grant or Lee, and these are all generals in for Washington. And what's next? What in the world? This is craziness, folks. It's bullpucky. It just is. I don't like that statue, so it has to come down, Dave, because that person oppressed me. When? They lived 100, 200 years before you were even thought of. Well, my family, your family has a right to complain. I agree with that, but it's still part of history. Put up other statues that are just as important to us now. And that's the thing. I see them come down, but I don't see anything new going up. I think making a statue of somebody that's important now, like Malcolm X or like Martin Luther King Jr. or, gosh, even Kobe Bryant. He was an important guy. I don't put one on Kobe Bryant. I never was a Lakers fan, and I'm not a basketball fan. But boy, I tell you what, Kobe Bryant could play. So here's the last thing I want to do today, folks. And this is serious. I'm going to get serious for just a minute here. Kansas City Chiefs yesterday had their parade. Something went crazy. Some people were shooting. 22 people, as far as I know, were injured and one died. This is a sad state of affairs for our country, folks, where we can't even celebrate, have a parade without fear that somebody's going to go nuts and start firing guns. What the hell is happening to us? What kind of society are we for allowing this to happen? This is bullpucky and worse. So today, folks, if you are a religious person of any kind, please, please, please pray to whomever you pray for the healthy recovery of those who were injured. They're innocent bystanders trying to celebrate a fun thing that happened in Kansas City. And please pray for their health. Pray for their quick healing. Pray for the family of the ones who was lost to us. And pray for the folks that were around who saw it. Nobody should have to see those types of things. Nobody. This is Gray Hair Dave saying, God bless you all. And you all have a great day, and we'll talk tomorrow. Bye-bye, folks.